The annual Schenkel Invitational teeing off Friday at Forest Heights Country Club. A beautiful day for golf, and here Chip McDaniel cleans up the par putt. He'd finished 2 under, tied for 11th. Kentucky overall as a team tied for second. Here Georgia Southern's Stephen Fisk, the chip, and then he'll step up for the putt and drops it. That good for a birdie. A little bit later, on number 7, check out the second shot by Cooper Musselman. A great approach. He's on the green in 2, putting for eagle. He'd missed the eagle, but tap in for birdie. Musselman finishing -4, tied for 4th individually. Back to the eagles we go here on 7, and it's Archer Price sticking it up there close. Price would lead the way for Georgia Southern. He puts it in for a birdie and would finish tied for 2nd at 5 under. UAB's RJ Kaur out of trouble here within inches. He'd birdie. Back to the eagles we go, and Jake Story with a long birdie putt. Story would finish at -2, tied for 11th. We move to number 9, and the long birdie putt here by UAB's John Hayden. The Blazers blazing on number 9 is Murray Naismith here with the birdie. He'd finish at -1, tied for 16th. Archer Price getting out of trouble from under the trees. A nice chip. He'd put it close. The Eagles overall end up +1, tied for 7th. Back to number 7 we go, and it's NC State's Easton Paxton with the chip from a tough spot on 7. He puts it nice and close. He'd then step up and drain the birdie putt. Paxton finished at +1, tied for 35th. Vanderbilt's Will Gordon out of the sand, nicely to within a few feet. He'd go in to tap this one in for the birdie. He'd finish -5, tied for 2nd. Andy Zhang here on 7 with the eagle putt, just misses. He'd tap in for birdie. He'd finish +1, tied for 35th. Gator teammate Gordon Need with the long birdie. Florida a distant 11th place, though. To 9 we go. Nolan Mills from NC State for the birdie. He'd finish -2, tied for 11th. NC State tied for 4th at -2 as well. Vandy's Patrick Martin on 9. A nice shot. He'd birdie. Finish even par, tied for 22nd. NC State's Stephen Franken here with a nice birdie putt on 9. He'd finish even, tied for 22nd as well. Theo Humphrey catching fire late. Here on 15, where things would start for him, the tee shot to about 4 feet away. He'd step up and put it in. Over to 16 we go. He'd stay hot after mashing a drive just short of the green. The chip to about 4 feet. And then Humphrey, the putt for birdie. He'd also birdie 17, so 3 in a row and on to 18. And this time, looking for the eagle. He just misses. He'd tap in for birdie and is all alone in first place at 6 under par. Fellow Commodore Will Gordon hot as well. Here the birdie on 16 to go to 5 under. He'd finish just missing the birdie on 18. It goes to 5 under par, tied for 2nd. And Vandy leading by a whopping 8 strokes after a 14 under for the team on Friday. Action continues Saturday and wraps up on Sunday.